Oh yes. À, hôm trước chiến đấu nhỉ? À đúng rồi, hôm trước đánh hôm trước đã đánh được cái thằng Bahamut bay bay rồi. Này. Mình cũng rèn được cái kiếm luôn. Vryburn. Rồi. Thì ở cuối phần trước thì chúng ta gọi là chứng kiến quả cảnh thanh niên Barnabas với và giấc mơ về mẹ của anh ấy khá căng, không biết nói gì luôn. Thôi xem ông Otto có gì không.
Otto, how fares the realm?
The realm? Oh, she's just fine. As long as you look past the fact storms out mother crystals and her skies are a roiling cesspit.
And Gav?
He's with your uncle in the Free Cities, helping Mid with her project. Sent an owl their way the moment the winds turned foul. Still waiting on a reply, though.
Do you have any good news?
Well, that depends on your definition of good.
All right, fine. What do you suggest we do?
Oh, no, I'm just a messenger. I'll leave the scheming to those more suited to the task. Could be that Lady Vivian and Old Tomes have their own thoughts on the current state of things. Could be that they don't. It certainly can't hurt to ask.
I suppose not.
Lại đi hỏi Vivian à? Xem có gì không?
How is it that every one of your little excursions presages some inexplicable catastrophe? Not that you are to blame for the Dominion's fate. No one could have predicted the actions of the Crown Prince.
I'm sorry I couldn't save your home.
My countrymen are stronger than you think. A few toppled clock towers won't break their spirits. They'll be back on their feet in no time.
I hope so.
Look at us. Bluer than a pair of bog crabs. Tempting though it may be, sulking will not help us find a solution to this mess.
You believe there's one to be found?
I don't know. But I am certain we're more likely to find it if we first examine the facts.
Rồi. Không biết lần này là đánh nhau với ai ở đây.
Fear and confusion reign over Valisthea. Oh, the lands around the fallen mother crystals had already begun to wilt for want of ether. But not like
những cái dấu gạch này là những cái chỗ mà chúng ta đã phá hủy cái Mother Crystal rồi.
Nothing but pretty shards of rock. And those that hang from the people's necks cast nary a glimmer of light.
Khi mà những cái Mother Crystal này bị mất thì những cái năng lực cũng mất luôn.
Time before the common folk convince themselves that the end of days is upon us. Yet I fear a swift end is more than we can hope for. While most of the world thirsts for ether, the remainder drowns in it, spawning Akashic in droves. And amidst the hordes of mindless beasts, with magics as like to fail as function, even the strongest nation would falter. Rosaria and the Iron Kingdom teeter on the brink of collapse, while the tragedy in Twinside has all but paralyzed the Holy Empire. Dalmekia fares little better. Rumor has it the ministers fled the capital after the fall of Drake's Fang, leaving their beloved republic to crumble. Waloed, meanwhile, moves in earnest. The Einherjar has been sighted off storm. The world, in short, is in chaos. It would seem our civilization was nothing but a castle of sand, to be washed away at the whim of the waves.
Có cái hiểu có cái không.
A castle of sand.
Not my best flourish, but it seemed fitting. The reports I've received are considerably more blunt in their appraisal. Without the protection of their nations, it will fall to the people to defend themselves against those who would take what is theirs.
Which is only ever going to end one way.
Defending a farmhouse against a band of chocobo thieves is one thing, but pitchforks and palisades will do little to stall an army's advance. Should the king of Waloed deign to invade, there would be none to
Vua
stop him.
Waloed. Barnabas này.
None but us.
Không còn ai ngoài thằng đấy cả. Khá cao cái thằng vua của Waloed là thằng Barnabas rồi. Cái thằng nghe theo Ultima. Thôi đi gặp ông học sĩ vậy. Học giả chứ, học giả. Để tôi xem bà này bà ấy có bán cái vòng nào.
Still alive, are ya?
Để chút.
Go on then.
Hitway không biết là có vòng tím không? Khả năng cao bà này bà không bán vòng tím đâu.
It's a dangerous world out there.
Vòng xanh đây. Không có gì cả.
You're rubbing me blind, you know.
Mua tí thuốc
You
á.
can't find a better price than that.
À đâu cái này thôi đi.
Finished, are you?
Rồi đi gặp ông học sĩ vậy. Hippocrates.
Is a storm coming soon?
Tên nghe vẻ học sĩ phết.
Will there be thunder?
Nghe thôi đã thấy học sĩ rồi.
Let me guess. You're here about the skies.
Is there anything you don't know, Lawsman?
It doesn't take a court astrologer to augur the obvious. As for what has disturbed the heavens, that, I believe, is a question the fallen might be better placed to answer than I. And on the sixth day did the gods tear the sun from the firmament, visiting darkness upon their prideful sons and daughters. But I dare say you remember your childhood lessons on the sins of Zemeckis only too well.
You think they're connected? That Ultima was one of the gods responsible?
Well, he has certainly exhibited powers that we mortals would associate with the divine.
There is nothing divine about him.
But he wouldn't be the first god of whom that could be said, now would he? Yet for all the fairy tales that tell of the sins, there is almost nothing in the way of actual historical accounts. Had I the Journal of Moss the Chronicler, I may have been able to tell you more, but alas, I fear all remaining copies have been lost to time. You will forgive me, I hope?
Certainly not. Because there is nothing to forgive. Even without this journal, you've provided us ample wisdom. And we will always be grateful for it.
Được rồi.
Perhaps Otto will be more inclined to share
Thì
his thoughts when
thanh
he
niên này
hears
vẫn
what the
chăm
others had
chỉ
to say.
hỏi về cái thông tin về thằng Ultima nhưng mà không có nhiều. Thôi cứ biết là thằng đấy giống như thần là được. Hiện tại nó giống như là thần thôi.
Did you see that?
Thì hôm trước qua cái đối thoại thì mình cũng hiểu được là nó muốn đợi thằng Clyde để nó lấy hết những cái nguyên tố thì nó sẽ cướp lấy cái thân thể của thằng này. Để làm gì thì không biết. Thế bảo là tái tạo thế giới theo cách riêng, không biết là cách riêng thế nào. Mà không có gì tốt cả.
Clive, we have a problem.
Clyde, chúng ta có vấn đề rồi.
That would be a first.
It would. Actually, there are three. We had as many owls arrive while you were at the shelves. Martha's got a Akashic out her gates, and talk of monsters roaming the hills outside of Northreach has put the wind up Isabel and her lot.
And don't forget Dalimil. Lubor says the village was raided by bandits.
When it rains...
It fucking pours. The curse breakers are spread thin, taking stock of the damage in the Dominion. And even if I could get word to all of them, I doubt they'd get here in time to make any real difference. Which means there's only 2 people who can.
Jill and I.
Let them know we're on our way.
Đâu rồi? Bây giờ mấy cái bọn Akashic thì nó đi đầy đường mà. Bây giờ mình phải dọn dẹp hộ. Dọn dẹp hộ. Đâu rồi? À đây. Có 3 chỗ cần dọn dẹp. Đến đây đi, nhà nghỉ của Martha trước. Trời.
This man's gonna die if we don't get him to a healer.
Không ai đánh được cái bọn đấy luôn. Đúng là quá phế. Cái gì cũng đến tay mình.
Martha, it's good to see you.
And you, Clive. Jill?
Otto said you'd been attacked by Akashic. What exactly happened here?
Those skies are what happened. Not long after they fell dark, we had our first visit. There were hundreds of them. Tried to storm the hill. Only a handful
Có
made
đến
it
hàng
up
trăm
here,
tên
but
chúng
that
định
was
tràn lên
more
ngọn
than
đồi.
enough. The rest are still down there now. And while we have a few willing fighters holding them back, they're sorely outnumbered.
What do you think, Clive?
That we join the fight?
Nghĩ gì nữa, đánh là
I
đánh
thought
hơn
you'd
gì
never
nữa.
offer. Now, where I need you is the Fallen Gate. That's where the fighting is fiercest. Let the men know you come to help. Something tells me they'll be pleased to see you.
We're on our way.
Rồi, đi đến chỗ
Do you think there were as many as Martha says?
Or maybe I was too slow. More.
Rồi, đi qua chỗ đoạn kia để giải quyết cái đống quái không?
Abandoned us, do you? Them not. Not a chance.
Marthares này, Northridge, Dalimil. 3 chỗ đấy là bị tấn công nhiều nhất bởi bọn quái.
Clive, wounded.
Clyde. Oh shit.
We deal with the Akashic first.
Good. Yes. Bây giờ thì mình chỉ việc đứng ngoài phi theo cái này nữa. Nào. Lửa máu nhỉ? Mấy hôm không chơi lại thấy ngượng ngượng tay. Mấy hôm không chơi chặt chém thế cứng cứng tay. Rồi, đã dọn xong bọn quái không?
These men don't have the look of hired
Những người này không
swords.
giống lính đánh thuê cho lắm. Mấy thanh niên này ở bên hội
If you've come to rob
Phoenix
this
ấy,
place,
đúng không? Bên cái hội
You are
Phoenix.
mistaken, my Lord Rosfield. We're here by Madame Martha's leave.
how do you know my name?
Forgive me, my lord. There wasn't time
Đúng
for
rồi.
introductions. We're with the Guardians of the Flame.
Wade's men? But how did you come to be here? Where is your commander?
Sir Wade left earlier with a scouting party to find out where the Akashic were coming from.
Did he? Take your wounded back to the inn. Martha will see you're looked after. We'll join you anon.
Ông Quyết cũng đến đây à? Mà ông ấy đi trước để thám thính rồi. Cao bây giờ mình phải đi tìm ông ấy. Không đi tìm à?
And to think you took them for thieves. A fine reward for holding off the horde, that is.
When did Wade and his men arrive?
Not long after Rosalith fell, the Guardians asked me to shelter some of them that had lost their homes. They were making ready to leave just as the skies turned, and we agreed it was best we stuck together.
Martha! Trouble! The scouting party's almost at the lift, but they got a pack of Akashic snapping at their heels! And they got wounded with them! They're not gonna make it!
Damn it all.
We'll worry about them, Martha.
You look after everyone here. If any can still fight, send them to the lift.
I will. You two be safe now.
Rồi. Ở đâu nhỉ? Thử xem máy đó. Bên này à? À đây, cái thang máy ở đây mà.
My brothers.
Mad dogs. The lot of them.
Đánh nhau ngay bên dưới chân luôn. Khổ. À đâu? Chết chưa?
Squire, I need you to get those who can
À,
still
chưa
walk up the lift
chết.
to Martha's.
Tưởng chết thì khổ
But
quá.
what about... I didn't ask, Oscar.
Tưởng chết thì khổ anh quá.
So Wade.
Lord Rosfield, if you aren't a sight for sore eyes.
Martha seemed to think you might need some help. And by the looks of it,
We thought we could sneak by them, but we didn't know there would be so many. How could we have?
Behind you!
Còn gì nè? Trông buồn cười đấy.
Damn it! We need to get the injured to safety.
Do you think we can hold them off?
we can certainly try.
Cái cầm chân kìa. Giết được luôn cũng được.
Are you with us, Sir Wade?
Always.
Then let's do our duty.
Chết. Vào trong đấy mà xoay đi em. À nhưng mà cái này nó cũng không có tác dụng nhiều với mấy con mà có cái thanh ấy đâu. Nó có húc, nó vẫn húc được tới mình. Vỡ giáp. Ui, con này cứng ấy. Vỡ giáp. Con này cứng quá, cái mai nó không đánh được qua cơ. Nào. Ôi kìa. Má mày còn tí máu. Chết luôn. Cho cút luôn.
Is anyone hurt?
I don't think so.
And yet again, you've pulled me from the flames. It's just a pity I keep walking into them.
You've never been one to shy away from danger, Sir Wade. Like any shield worthy of the name.
I see you're all in one piece.
Martha!
Is something wrong?
The lookout saw smoke coming from down Eastpool way. Too thick to be a hearth.
A second horde.
Feel like finishing the job.
Always.
Jill and I will make for Eastpool.
Đến
You'll need to
Eastpool.
move the injured without us.
Don't you worry about them.
Eastpool.
The moment my men are safe, I'll follow. Good luck.
À, tôi cứ nhầm hai cái chỗ đấy. Cứ nhầm Eastpool với Northridge. Đâu? Khiếp, chỗ này vào giật thế. Ai chả, một đống à. Mà không sao. Gom một đống quái lại được.
We have to slow them down. Martha and the others won't be ready.
Ái chà chà, trông đẹp đấy. Cứ đứng ở ngoài mà bắn thôi. Chết. Cả mấy con Chocobo cũng bị nhiễm cái thành Akashic luôn à. Ui trượt. Chết. Ô cái gì ấy? Ô thế là xong rồi à? Ô lại nữa à?
Apologies, my lord. Did I miss anything?
Only the first round, Sir Wade. Shall we?
Con này cũng bị nhiễm cơ. Nào. Nào. Thôi. Thôi cho chó này vào cũng được. Mặc dù hơi phí tí nhưng mà không sao. Cũng không nhất thiết phải dùng cái này. Nhiều ứng quát đéo thấy gì cả.
You're finished.
Rồi. Xong. Cái mấy cái chiều con Garuda nó
No.
phá được
I think that
giáp
was the
nhanh
last
phết.
of them.
But it won't be long before the next lot arrive.
Then we make for Martha's while we can.
What did you find out there?
The same as Sir Wade. Scores of Akashic.
Well, wherever they came from, they're gone now. Our lookouts say the lowlands are clear. Hopefully we'll have enough time to lick our wounds.
How many of your men were injured?
A damn sight less than if you hadn't turned up. Thank you.
It was a hard-fought victory. But as long as the skies remain dark, I fear the Akashic's numbers are only going to rise. It's not a matter of if the Horde will be back, but when. And whether that's sooner or later, we'll need to be ready. The inn here affords a good view of the land, and is easily defendable. I'd like to make this one of our outposts.
What do you say, Martha? You'd have more men to guard the rest.
Well, when you put it like that, of course they can stay.
My lord, there's someone I'd like you to meet. Oscar, over here.
It is an honor to make your acquaintance, Lord Rossfield. I am Oscar. Oscar of House Murdoch.
Murdoch? I wasn't aware the Lord Commander had children.
Oh, he didn't. But his brother, my father, did. I am Sir Rodney's nephew.
Well, go on then. It's not for me to ask him.
Yes, Sir Wade.
Đây là cháu trai của cái ông Murdoch à? Cái ông bị mình thiêu chết.
If it please you, my Lord Marquis, might you take me as your squire?
Tiểu đồng cay quá. Dịch hiểu là cái người đồng hành.
Disappoint you, Oscar, but I am a shield no longer. Nor was I ever the finest.
Ngài nó yêu cầu muốn xin muốn làm cái người đồng hành của mình. Nhưng bố phải đi với cái rồi con ạ.
My Aunt Hannah once told me that a man is not defined by his title, but what he does in its name. You have accomplished much since taking on the mantle of Cid, winning no little honor in so doing. And I would sooner serve under an honorable outlaw than an unworthy shield. Not that Sir Wade and the other Guardians are... I mean to say that, they're...
It's all right. We know what you mean. There is only so much the boy can learn from me, my lord.
But a squire...
Would that really be so bad? You were a squire once. And I'm certain Sir Rodney would approve.
Know that I'll show you as much leniency as your uncle showed me.
I would not have it any other way.
Rồi, xong ở Matares rồi. Đến Norwich. Thôi đến Daily chứ, cho ai gần hơn. Mặc dù nó chẳng quan trọng mấy khi mà mình có thể dịch chuyển, nhưng mà cái gì gần trước thì làm trước thôi. Chỗ này cũng tàn hoang không kém.
Sid, your new companion appears much more formidable than your uncle. Should I be worried? You haven't been introduced.
Jill, Clive has told me much about you.
All lies, I'm sure.
Your Stolas said that Dalamil has a bandit problem.
Indeed. Although you're a little late.
Bọn này thì có vấn đề với bọn cướp à? Chứ không phải là bọn quái à?
Any idea where they went? The desert's a big place. Your guess is as good as mine. But the fact is, I have more immediate concerns.
What did you say to me? What did you say?
As if by magic. Let's just say we've yet to reach a consensus about how to solve Dalimil's little problem. And at this rate, it won't be the actions of the bandits which prove to be our undoing. It will be our own. Now, I've tried reasoning with the dissenting parties, but even the Desert Hare has limits.
Perhaps we could talk to them.
What makes you think they'll listen to us?
What makes you think they won't?
She makes a fair point, Sid. And you won't have wasted much of your precious time if you fail. They're just across the courtyard.
No.
Suppose we just follow the shouting.
Đi vào trong đây xem có gì đang xảy ra trong đây.
You wouldn't talk like that if it had been your men whose throats were slit. Blood for blood, it's the only way. We hire mercenaries and have them mount the bandits' heads on our walls as a lesson to the rest.
And what happens when those mercenaries are slaughtered like your men? Are you going to hire more? We're better off using that coin to buy food and supplies. If we hire mercenaries, the only thing we're buying is the bandits' ire. And you cannot fill empty bellies with that. Do you hear me?
But what happens when they come back? Maybe it'll be your throat that's slit.
That's enough. Both of you. Any more of this and I'll throw you out myself. Come back when you're ready to talk like adults.
Victor.
Victor.
What's he doing here?
Ông ấy tên Victor à?
Sid. And Lady Jill. What brings you here?
I was about to ask you the same thing.
Costness is in chaos, and the markets have all but ceased to operate. The Briar's Kiss here in Dalamil is the only place I can reliably obtain supplies. I was here to do just that when Master Lubor told me of his troubles. He thought I might be able to talk some sense into these fools. But if you're here, I suppose his patience must be waning.
Who are those people?
Those were the thorns in Lubor's side. And the reason this place might be headed the same way as Costness. It's these accursed skies. The darkness is enough to drive a man to madness. Or an entire city, for that matter.
We're still working on the skies. But in the meantime, perhaps we can find a solution to Dalamil's problems.
I hope so. For all our sakes.
Nói chung cũng không có gì. Chỉ là mấy cái thằng nó ghét nhau rồi nó ra nó cãi nhau thôi. Mình đến đây chắc chỉ để đánh đấm thôi.
You see my predicament? What I saw was a room full of people who were angry and afraid. And with good reason by the sound of it. But if left to smolder, that anger and fear could set the entire town alight.
My thoughts exactly. What to do? Both sides wish to protect their homes and livelihoods, if only they could agree on how.
Yeah.
But as long as they are divided,
Một bên thì
we
muốn
are vulnerable.
And if there's one thing
thuê
bandits like,
mấy anh
it's
yên
an
lính đánh
easy
thuê để
target.
giết mấy thằng cướp. Còn một bên thì muốn dùng cái tiền đấy để mua vật tư với đồ ăn. Nói chung cả hai cũng chính đáng.
Well, if it were my namesake, he'd let them choose for themselves and be on hand to pick up the pieces when it all went wrong.
That sounds like a recipe for disaster.
A recipe for disaster is precisely what it is. But perhaps that realization would be enough to make them question the ingredients. While it's plain neither Conrad nor Natalie will countenance the other's proposal, it may still be possible to make them doubt their own. Before presenting them with a third option.
And that would be?
To pool our resources and save the city ourselves. Why fight each other?
When all that fear and anger can be directed at the bandits.
It appears we have a plan of action. Victor, pay Conrad a visit. See if you can't convince him of his folly. I'll speak with Natalie.
As you wish.
Your faces are not well known in this town. That may prove useful. Don't worry, Victor and I will do most of the talking. You need only play along.
Play along?
What he means to say is yes.
Không biết mình sẽ phải làm gì đây.
Picture it, Conrad. You're
Khả năng cao là đánh bất cứ thằng nào có ý định bật.
Here she is. The Lady of the Spear herself. Conrad, may I introduce you to Jane, commander of the Red Wings, the oldest mercenary guild in the Free Cities.
A pleasure, my lady.
The pleasure is all mine.
As I told you, I summoned the commander here from Canberra to inquire about a contract.
Victor says you told him no. That there aren't any men left to hire. Is that true?
True as the crystals cracked. Nobles came and claimed every last one worth his salt. And not just from us Red Wings. You know of the 7 high houses. There must be 2 swords assigned each one. Granted, we have a few boys left. If it's boys you're looking for.
Well, Conrad, are you saying that Dalamil's finest cannot defend this town better than a gaggle of unblooded striplings? That a band of beardless youths could better avenge the deaths of your brave men than you yourselves?
Absolutely not. We'll show those bastards who they're dealing with.
I can't believe that actually worked.
Không thể tin nổi, nó hiệu quả.
Conrad's not what you called the brightest candle in the crypt. And there's a reason why I had you do the talking and not Sid. Well played, my lady.
Rồi, bây giờ đến chỗ thằng Lubo. Xem nó thuyết phục bọn kia thế nào. Này là mỗi thằng nói một kiểu này.
If I had my pickaxe, I would.
Đây.
I mean, it may still be possible to buy something. Here he is now. Natalie, allow me to introduce
Rồi, đúng rồi. Mỗi thằng nó sẽ thuyết phục một kiểu khác nhau.
League of Merchants.
Bởi vì hai
Lord Underhill, at your service.
Underhill.
I was just telling the good lady of our conversation, my
Bởi vì
lord,
hai đứa này nó Jill với Clyde không kiểu mặt nó không ai biết ở đây ấy.
Igor says
Nhưng
that
fake
not
thì dễ.
only are the granaries almost empty, but that war and the blight mean this season's harvest won't be enough to fill them for winter.
Indeed, certainly that is the case. The nobles in the capital are buying up the city's stocks of barley and wine, driving the prices higher than most commoners can afford. It is only a matter of time before the peasants revolt.
It is worse than I thought. If what Lord Underhill says is true, I fear we have little hope of supplementing our stores, meager though they regrettably are. And while I applaud your endeavors to dissuade our more bellicose citizens from seeking vengeance, I sense Conrad is not wrong in his assessment of the bandits' likely return. Which means that now, more than ever, we will need to secure what little we still have. Food, weapons, herbs, everything. If our humble town is to endure not only this hardship, but those that are certain to follow, we must stand united.
All right. If it will help to protect my home, I'll do it. But you needn't have gone through this charade.
Bà này bà biết là thằng Lubo nó fake rồi.
Clive. Your
Màn trình diễn của người không có gì ngoài chuyên nghiệp.
Workmanlike. She saw right through it. I didn't say it was good, merely that it produced the desired effect. Now, my scouts should be returning shortly. Meet me back at the Briar's Kiss, and we shall see what we face.
I'm not convinced our roles in this ruse were
Quá chuyên
entirely
nghiệp.
necessary.
Nhìn mặt biết luôn đang bốc phét.
Conrad seemed quite taken with you.
Mummy, I'm scared.
Oh, I'm ruined.
Good news, Sid. Both Conrad and Natalie have somewhat gracefully accepted their new roles. With time, they may even learn to.
Time no longer appears to be the luxury it was before lunch.
I take it your scouts found the bandits.
Technically, it would be the bandits who found my scouts. It appears they march for Dalimil as we speak. All of them.
You're not serious.
They don't just want food, they want the whole damn town.
I have a favor to ask. I'm told the bandits march in two groups, one from the south and one from the desert, in a move doubtless intended to stretch our already gossamer-thin defenses.
Very well. Jill and I will meet those from the desert. But what of the rest?
The rest, my friend, the city shall fight. Together. The stakes I concede are high.
Sao không chia ra Jill một chỗ, thằng này một chỗ nhỉ? Có phải là không đánh được đâu.
That is a lot of faith to put into those who had their hands around each other's throats but a moment ago.
Then it will be for us to see that their hands are kept occupied. And I do mean us.
I thought you might say that.
We'll hold them off for as long as we can.
And we will do the same.
Rồi, đi đánh mấy thằng chết tiệt. Ủa. Trời sám hoách à. Đồng ơi. Đồng ơi. Đồng với chúng tôi. Beautiful. Chết hết. Này thì Lại nữa. Úi giỏ. Nào. Trong giai đoạn này nó bị giật giật nhỉ? Không có gì đâu nhỉ? Chết. Châu ác. Châu ác. Sao? Combat hơi giật giật, không hiểu.
The townspeople. Could they have held out?
Rồi, giờ còn
Only fighting. What do you think?
That we should hurry.
À, từ đợi tôi một lát. Đợi tôi một lát. Để tôi xem có cái gì ấy không. Hạ xuống được cái gì xuống. Con này nó cũng chưa tối ưu tốt lắm. Mặc dù nó là game port nhé.
Natalie, I owe you an apology. You did well out there. The inn would have been lost had you not held the line.
Without you, there would have been no line to hold. You saved us, Conrad. You saved Dalamil.
We all saved Dalamil.
Đang làm hòa. Đi theo hướng tích cực phết.
Conrad seems to have had a change of heart.
I'd say they both have.
I take it from your presence that our visitors from the desert won't be joining us either. Pity.
The plan worked, Sid. Granted, it only took an army of bloodthirsty bandits at our gate.
Calm now, Victor. Why quibble over the details? We are united, and that is all that matters. As for you, Sid, you fight considerably better than you act.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Rồi, xong quét ở Daily Mill. Được rồi, đợi chút. Đây, được rồi. Cũng chả đỡ nhưng mà chắc là nó sẽ giúp khi mà combat mình không bị đơ đơ. Rồi, còn Northridge.
Heard a bloke saying he saw ghosts on the far side of
Để đi gặp ai bây giờ?
When we up. The whole of Oriflamme under a flood.
Then we're next.
The
garrison's being sorely tested. Times are hard.
Nhiệm vụ ở đây của chúng ta là gì? Từ đợi chút. Có đâu đằng kia. Nhặt tí. 5 tiền. Chắc vào trong thành nói chuyện với cái bà madam kia.
Four left. The captain's ordered.
The two soldiers were carrying another. He didn't have any legs.
It was all they could do to escape. They just left the bodies there.
Bây giờ đi đâu? À đây. Đi thẳng xong rẽ trái à? À đây, còn có cái của Bahamut đây nhưng mà nó phải niệm lâu quá. Đây, mẹ đến gần nó mới hiện.
More arrived from the capital.
Để tôi vào xem có cái gì nâng cấp được không. Cái này cần 1000 này. Nâng lên cũng được. Cái này nâng lên tí đi.
This morning.
My lord, my lady.
We received the dame's message. There have been sightings of strange creatures, I understand.
With the blue eyes. Yes. Like Akashic.
Giống như Akashic nhưng không phải nó.
They've taken so many. I've lost count.
Akashic, but different.
Ultimus thralls.
Nô lệ của bọn Ultima.
Is she here?
Của thằng Ultima.
No. She went to the garrison to ask what they were planning on doing about all this.
Đúng rồi, với bọn đấy nó có tí xanh xanh ở người. Rồi đi tìm bà Madam.
I can't do it. But you can. Four left.
Chào chị, em đến đây. Sao?
Half the garrison's been slaughtered by those things. We lost the captain this very morning.
We've tried requesting reinforcements, but there's been no word from the capital
Kinh
or
đô.
the Dominion in days.
Kinh đô, thầy ơi, chưa biết là kinh đô nó bị ấy
I
rồi.
would have you do your duty. Those at the Vale look to me for protection. And protect them I shall. Because they are my charges and that is my duty. In case you
Kinh
have
đô bị
forgotten,
lật đổ
the
bố
people
rồi.
of this town are your charges. But more than that, they are your people. Your sisters, your brothers, your lovers. So you have a choice. Lay down your sword and watch as they are slaughtered. Or take it up and do what is
Nhà
right.
bà này đang dùng thông não chi thuật để bọn này đứng đứng lên chiến đấu với cái bọn kia.
What we have
Cái lũ
left
tay sai
is
của
our
Ultima.
lives. Do you really want us to lose them as well?
Not if we don't have to. Look, there's a cask under the captain's bunk. Let's talk about this over a drink, eh?
I'm listening.
I'll have a word with him.
Ah, Clive. I didn't expect help to arrive so quickly. And sought to take matters into my own hands.
It was a noble effort, but I thought you might still need some support.
How like you to consider my needs. What we need to consider is where the creatures came from. The way the survivors speak of them, one would think they appeared out of thin air. And perhaps they did. It's hard to know what to believe these days.
We'll talk to the survivors.
Anh ổn không? Are you alright?
You're a pikeman, yes? What
Thằng
happened?
ông này cũng là lính à?
I've got family in Moor. I heard the flood was spreading, so I went to see if they were all right. And a pack of them glowing things found me in the meadow. I ran for my life. I never did get to the village.
Leave that to us.
My family.
Don't leave me, Paul. I'm sorry.
Đây là mấy cái người mà chạy từ làng ra,
It took off the cap.
chạy từ cái ngôi làng phía kia ra đến.
Did you see the creatures that attacked you?
Creatures? Yeah, They came out of nowhere. They went for Joseph first, then me, and then they were just gone.
Do you remember where you were?
On the road from Oriflamme. We just passed Moor when... Where's my Joseph?
It's all right. Just rest now. At least we have an idea of where the thralls might be now. We should head for more.
Con mẹ đâu ấy? Đây à? Khiếp xa thế. Rồi, đi tiến về cái chỗ ngôi làng kia. Thanh niên này vẫn đang thông não. Mà chắc không cần chúng nó đâu. Mẹ không nhảy qua được.
It was all they could do to escape. They just left the bodies there in the flood.
Trông ảm đạm thật. Có đồ đằng kia kìa. Qua nhặt cái. Một lọ thuốc.
Clive, look.
I see them. With me.
Nào. Cái gì đấy? Chết. Nào. Cút mẹ mày đi. Nó chiến đấu nhìn a đuổi nhỉ các mẹ. Cái combo nối liền giờ trông có đéo mượt nữa. Trông nó bị đần đần rồi gì. Lại nữa à? Nào, 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 nào. Nào. Cái Magic Burst này bây giờ không đánh được vào round thứ tư cơ. Mẹ. Bực cái con này thế nhở? thằng này quá. Sao cái đòn Magic Burst mình không ấy được, tôi đánh mãi không được đến cái đòn thứ tư nữa cơ.
Do you think there are more?
There are always more. But I'd say we've done what we can for the time being.
Then we should let Isabel know.
Trước đánh nó có hay có cái đòn thứ tư là nó đánh nổ một cái đam to hơn, nhưng mà giờ đánh nó cứ đến đòn thứ ba nó bị ngắt.
You have the town's thanks.
Don't thank us yet. There will be more. Many more. And you'll need to be ready for them.
Oh, we shall. Isn't that right, Captain?
Yes, milady. The garrison will be ready.
Philippe here has convinced most of the men to remain at their posts, for now at least.
Hearing that the Dane would look kindly on any man who committed himself to the task certainly didn't hurt. It's not the most selfless of motives, I'll admit. But whatever it takes, eh? Now me, I never needed convincing. I became a soldier to protect the people I love. And the people I love include the ones standing before me.
Handsome and chivalrous.
Now, if you don't mind, I have sentries to post. Milady.
Lest you wonder, I'm not foolish enough to believe that this has solved all of my problems. But it has solved one, and that's one fewer than I had this morning. Thank you again, Clive.
Sao?
Our friends seem to have things under control. For now at least.
Và tình hình đã được kiểm soát tốt rồi. Giờ về không? Trở về chỗ ô tô.
Was wondering when you turn up. Had owls from all our friends thanking you for your timely intervention. How is it you always manage to arrive at just the right moment?
Luck, I suppose. Any word on the rest of the realm?
Let's see. Storm's still crying out for mother crystals. The nations are still in chaos. And the skies are still the colour of a kick in the kidneys 2 days on. So...
Right.
Clive, we knew this was going to happen. Well, not the bleeding skies part, but you take my point. Now's not the time to second-guess yourself. Now's the time to visit the infirmary.
Rồi.
Talia says your brother's away.
Thằng
Thank you,
Joshua tỉnh rồi. Giờ đến gặp nó sau 18 năm. Và hình Dion nằm bên cạnh thì chưa tỉnh.
So it was not Sylvester, but Olivier who served as Ultima's puppet. And when Dion learned of this, he sought to slay the fiend. Only for his father to take the spear that would have freed him. Enough to drive a man to madness.
Small wonder he hasn't stirred. I would be afraid to wake.
Had I but reached out to him sooner, warned him of the threat Ultima posed. But now, both an empire and her prince lie broken.
Joshua, what do you know of Ultima?
Very little, I'm afraid. Despite my best efforts. 18 years ago, as I lay buried beneath the rubble of Phoenix Gate, 'twas not death who came for me, but another. And it was while in my rescuer's care, I first heard of Ultima. I've been chasing his shadow ever since. Ultima is driven by some deep, dark purpose, and for whatever reason, it would seem you are crucial to his designs. He will stop at nothing to have you, even if that means toppling an empire.
But why me? What possible use could I be to such a creature?
Lại còn vì sao?
That is one of many answers
Thế
that
thì
have eluded me.
mày có nhiều sức mạnh để
I
làm
am
gì?
certain of this. It is not mere chance. You were chosen for a reason. All dominants carry within them the might of an icon. Nigh limitless power that is at once acutely limited. I wield fire, and only fire.
And I only ice. 8 wardens for 8 elements. But you, Clive.
You are different. You're special. Your abilities begin with the flames of Ifrit. But they do not end there. The fact Ifrit can even exist goes against everything we thought we knew of dominance. Perhaps Ultima has been waiting for one such as you, whose potential is truly limitless.
I've encountered that thing several times now. If it or he, as you say, needs me, why hasn't he claimed me as he did the boy?
Were I to hazard a guess, I'd say the two of you are somehow incompatible. His mind not properly attuned to your body.
His mind.
Mind, awareness, spirit, call it what you wish. But I believe Ultima to be an embodiment of the concept. This is why I struggle and fail to contain him here inside me.
I'm sorry. Inside you?
With every setting sun, I feel my strength wane. And though the Phoenix's flames mend the prison I have made for Ultima, they do so at a cost. We must find a means to bring an end to him. Before I meet
Nhưng mà
my
có cái buồn cười là
What were you thinking?
It was that or let him take Clive. And I've always had a soft spot for my brother.
But that doesn't mean you should sacrifice yourself to save me.
Joshua.
Clive, it's Gav. There's an army of Akashic at the gates of Canver.
lại nữa hả? Như nãy tôi nói là nhưng có một cái điều mà chắc là mọi người cũng để ý là thằng này nó cái bộ chiêu lửa của nó là nó dùng cái phước lành của Phoenix chứ không phải là của Ifrit.
Tyre told you. The capital of the Free Cities is under siege by an army of monstrosities. The city guard are doing their best to stem the tide, but numbers ain't on their side.
What of Lord Byron and Mid? Were they able to escape?
No, but they're all right for now. They're hiding with Gav at midship.
We have to get them out of there.
And we shall. Otto, prepare a Stolas. Tell Gav to stay exactly where he is.
Understood.
Vivian, what's the swiftest route to the Free Cities?
That sounds like a question for the map. Look here. This road, through Tabor, should provide the least trouble.
Good.
What a coincidence. Tabor is exactly where I'm bound.
Joshua, bed is where you should be bound.
You don't think I told him the exact same thing?
Were Tyre not such a talented healer, I would surely have been inclined to agree. But, thanks to her ministrations, I feel I may safely rejoin my attendant, who was to wait for me in Tabor if we became separated.
All right, we travel together.
Clive.
If he stays close to me, he'll be fine.
Thank you, brother.
I'll look after him.
Thôi, hôm nay dừng lại ở đây vậy. Để hôm sau chúng ta chơi tiếp nhé. Ok, bye.
Bye.